Hi friends, today I wanted to talk about communication and how I will be evolving it, I think, as my countdown happens for succession. Um, I think the deadline will be soon, in a few, 3, 4 months time period. And as that deadline approaches, there are many things I'm thinking about, but one of the things that is definitely big on my mind is how I communicate with people in general. To add a little context, as always, my company is very old, traditional company and very hierarchical. So that is a very big point, number one. And number two, I think that's important to know is that right now my position in the company is at the very bottom, very the regular employee, and I have manager above me, a group manager above me, and so overall, I think the current structure, the way I speak with people around me is at a, it it's according to the culture of hierarchy, and I think my group is more on the flatter side, meaning I could speak with people casually, but at the same time, when uh, there are certain topics are brought up and I'm speaking with someone above me, the formality kicks in, my language and vocabulary changes accordingly, and so I'm following the structural rules. But I guess right now I'm trying to think about how I should be kind of thinking, I don't know, changing how I speak with people. Not that I will change. I guess the reality is that all of a sudden, in a few months, I'll be in my title at least. I'll be given a title that is above everyone who is above me right now. And so, how do I manage communication with them? Uh, and right now, most people don't know. I mean, those who know me know that I will succeed in the future, but they don't know that it will be in a few months. So, for those who don't know, I will continue to speak the way I do right now. But I think slowly people around me who are closest to me in work will have to know that I'll be changing positions. And so I will have to figure out how to manage how they change their behavior and communication method with me, and how I will have to do that with them. Ideally, it'll be very flat, open, and not much change, but at the same time, I think at first at least I'll have to kind of adjust accordingly. And the reason for that is there's a few points, but number one, I I think that to gain acceptance to some extent, I will have to uh, absorb and understand the culture of hierarchy at the company and respect it, so that it doesn't disrupt the order of things. I also have to think about other people who are already in that position that uh, I have to make sure that I maintain the status quo for them and not disrupt it and change things, because I might be okay with it, but they might not be okay with it. And ideally, I will change it in the future, the parts I think needs to be changed. But at first, I want to understand it as it is, understand why it is as it is. And in that sense, I think it will be important for me to kind of embrace the hierarchy. And when I gain the higher title, uh, I would act accordingly to a certain extent, I think. It'll be weird because a lot of it will feel fake. You know, I don't think it's not that I've earned it through merit or anything. It's just I'm gaining a title because of the needs uh, uh, for succession planning that I kind of talked about in my previous video. But at the same time, I think people, regardless of whether I deserve the title or not, uh, will still act accordingly because of either the very strong hierarchical culture that's in the company, or because uh, many people who have worked there for 20, 30 years, it's ingrained in them, so they kind of unconsciously switch that on too. So I think it will be difficult to manage and figure out how to adjust how I communicate, but um, do I start doing it beforehand? How do I adjust kind of any tensions that exist beforehand too? Because once I switch, the power balance is going to change there, well, at least based on title. And I think that'll make things a lot more difficult for people who just don't know how to talk with me or act with me because they only know me in one position, and now I'm in another position above them. But uh, yeah, I think it'll be confusing for everyone in general. Or maybe I'm overthinking things and it won't be that hard. But I definitely notice for the people who are in the know about my succession in a few months, their behavior and language has changed, I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell because I think, the people who are in the know, it's only a handful, but to some extent, I think they're adjusting accordingly because uh, for them it's a procedural necessity. But at the same time, maybe they're not, and it's just in my head that they are. Um, but yeah, overall, I think it's just going to be uh, a situation of reaction to the people who are in the know and how I change my behavior with them and communication method with them. And then when the succession is officially announced, how I kind of either flip over or slowly adjust to that new title position in the way I behave and communicate with people. And it'll definitely be difficult, and it's already on my mind right now on how I'll be doing it, but I think I'll be able to adjust when the time comes because I'll have to. But yeah, that's one of the big things that's on my mind right now as the countdown is happening. And as I go to work tomorrow, I'll definitely be thinking about it again. I'll be thinking about it every day, but hopefully things will work out. That's what I wanted to share today, and I will share my other thoughts with you in my next video. Anyway, thanks for listening. Catch you up again. Bye.